Good morning, everyone. This is Dorothea, Airpost Creations 2021. Well, it's still morning, but in a few minutes it's no longer morning. But I wish you a nice day, morning, evening, whatever, wherever you are on this earth. Okay? So today, Zen Buddhism. I found a nice quote online this morning. A Zen quote saying, "Breathe in, breathe out. Quiet the thinking mind. Identify with loving awareness, your true nature." So, I like to ask the question, what Zen is not, to start it, okay? What Zen is not? It is not waking up late, then rushing out the door, holding a bagel and coffee in one hand and your jacket and your briefcase in the other. Zen is also not a schedule that is filled to the brim with tasks and commitments. And Zen is also not a disorganized and cluttered desk. So, Zen is intentional, full of tranquility and full of joy. When you are feeling overwhelmed because you have a million things to do, Zen says, look for ways to make your day more Zen, meaning go slower. Zen, a form of Buddhism, is experiencing life directly. So, here are the 10 ways to make your day more Zen. Number 1, prepare the night before. Then you get up early enough in the morning to start your day calm. Go through your schedule and see that your day is not overcrowded with tasks. Take time to declutter and organize your desk so that it is clean and tidy when you sit down the next day. Number 2, don't crowd your day. Identify the most important thing that needs to be done that day. Then decide what needs to be done next. Then set aside some time in the afternoon to get smaller things done. Then cancel any meetings, appointments, and commitments that are non-essential. And finally, delegate all tasks that someone else should do. After doing this, you will find that you have more time to do the things that are really important and spending more time with those you love or the things you love, like a hobby. You also have time for contemplation because you got rid of all the things that are not really important. Number 3, practice Seizen. Seizen is spelled C like zebra, E, then C like zebra, E-N, Seizen. Seizen is a form of meditation practice, and in the book Instructions to the Cook, a Zen master's lesson in living a life that matters, written by Bernie Glassman and Rick Fields, we learn, when talking about Seizen, I like to use the metaphor of the moon on the lake. Our thoughts and emotions are like the ripples and waves that disturb the reflective surface of the lake so that we can see the moon. Of course, the moon is always there, even if we cannot see it, and it is also important to see the ripples. But we also need to see the moon clearly to know it is there. So, in meditation, when we let the ripples of our thoughts and the waves of our emotions settle, it's as if we have cleared the lake so that a moon can appear. Starting your day with even a few minutes of meditation will go a long way so your day runs more smoothly. Number 4, slow down your mind. Eknath Eswaran was one of the 20th century great spiritual teacher. His translations of the Indian spiritual classics, the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, and the Dhammapada, are the best-selling editions in the United States. In his book, Take Your Time, Finding Balance in a Hurried World, Iswaran uses the analogy of driving a car to explain what happens when your mind speeds up. He explains that when you are driving and you are going too fast, you can't control the car. In the same way, when your mind is racing, you can't pay proper attention to what is going on around you, heed warning signs, and make the right judgment calls. Iswaran adds that there is nothing more disobedient than an untrained mind, and there is nothing more obedient than a trained mind. We can train our mind to slow down by listening to our thoughts and slowing down our pace of life. Doing one thing at a time, adapting reflective practices such as yoga, tai chi, and qigong. So, stepping on the brakes instead of the accelerator. Number 5, master the art of concentration. Give your attention to one thing at a time, advises Iswaran. He indicates that complete concentration is genius. Again, Iswaran uses the analogy of a car, and he says you turn left and start heading toward the supermarket. Then you make another sudden turn and start heading toward your sister's house. Midway to your sister's house, you remember that you need to pick up the dry cleaning. You take a sharp right and start driving toward the dry cleaner, and so forth, and so forth, and so forth. You get a picture. When it comes to our attention, we often behave as if we were driving the car above. Take control of the car, meaning your mind, by mastering the art of concentration. You do this by doing one thing at a time and by becoming more mindful. Number 6, practice mindfulness. One of the main principles of Zen is mindfulness. A quote from the book Zen Keys, A Guide to Zen Practice by Thich Nhat Hanh reads, I remember a short conversation between the Buddha and a philosopher of his time. I have heard that Buddhism is a doctrine of enlightenment. What is your method? What do you practice every day? Was the question, and the answer is we walk, we eat, we wash ourselves, we sit down. And the next question is, what is so special about that? Everyone walks, eats, washes, sits down. And the answer is, sir, when we walk, we are aware that we are walking. When we eat, we are aware that we are eating. When others walk, eat, wash, or sit down, they are generally not aware of what they are doing. In Buddhism, mindfulness is the key. Mindfulness is the energy that sheds light on all things and all activities, producing the power of concentration, bringing forth deep insight and awakening. Mindfulness is at the base of all Buddhist practice. Number 7, transmit serenity to others. If a person walks into a room full of people and starts acting in a way that shows that they are angry and stressed, it's highly likely that others too do behave that way. But the opposite is also true. One person slowing down, showing goodwill, and demonstrating tranquility helps everyone to relax. On your Zen-like day, choose to be the person who remains calm when everyone else is rushing about, and set a good example for others to relax as well. Number 8, repeat a mantra. Repeating a mantra helps the mind to slow down. Your mantra can be Ram Nam, Mahatma Gandhi's mantra, R-E-M-N-E-M, Ram Nam, or peace, or all is well, or anything else that works for you. When your mind begins to race off with thoughts of worry, frustration, fear, or anger, slow it down by repeating your mantra. In addition, your mantra can be the activity you are engaged in. So, if you are walking, your mantra would be walking, walking, walking. And if you are cleaning up around the house, your mantra would be cleaning, 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 and so on. Number 9, create space between. When you are planning out your schedule for the day, make your day more zen by leaving some space between the tasks that you do that day, like the following. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Smile and think of one thing you are grateful for. Stretch, walk around, sit out in the sun for a while. And if there is no sun, just go out and take a good breath in the fresh air. Okay? Scatter spaces throughout your day and use those spaces to simply be. Number 10, keep a Zen attitude. A Zen attitude is knowing that there is no need to rush. For this point, we refer to Iswaran's wisdom one last time. Iswaran uses the example of Gandhi to make the point that it is not necessary to lead a frantic life in order to accomplish great things. He points out that Gandhi accomplished more than most people in history, and yet he always looked relaxed. What could be more ambitious than filling your schedule with the things that are most important to you, spending more time with those you love, and living life at your own pace instead of trying to keep up with others? Eknath Easwaran says, a slower life is more effective, more artistic, much richer than a life lived as a race against the clock. It gives you time to pause, to think, to reflect, to decide, to weigh the pros and the cons. It gives you time for relationships. So throughout your day of Zen, remember to keep a Zen attitude. Conclusion: make your life more Zen by prioritizing concentration, being more mindful, and following the tips and strategies explained here. Zen is a school of Mahayana Buddhism that originated during the Tang dynasty in China, known as the Shan, Shan school. It later developed into various sub-schools and branches. From China, Shan spread south to Vietnam and became Vietnamese Tien, Thien, northeast to Korea to become Seon, Seon Buddhism, and east to Japan, becoming Japanese Zen. The term Zen is derived from the Japanese pronunciation of the Middle Chinese word shan, Chan, an abbreviation of jhana, Channa, which is a Chinese transliteration of the Sanskrit word dana, Dhyana, meaning meditation. Zen emphasizes rigorous self-restraint meditation practice, insight into the nature of mind. Japanese Kensho, which perceiving the true nature, which is the perceiving of the true nature, and nature of true things without the arrogance or egotism, and the personal expression of this insight in daily life, especially of the benefit of others. As such, it emphasizes knowledge alone of sutras and doctrine, and favors direct understanding through spiritual practice and interactions with an accomplished teacher or master. Zen teaching draws from numerous sources of Mahayana thought, especially Yogacara, which is spelled Yogachara, the Tathagata Garbha Sutras and the Lakavatara Sutra, and the Huayan School, Huayan School, with the emphasis on Buddha nature, totality, and the bodhisattva ideal. The Pranaparamita literature, as well as Mahayamaka thought, have also been influential in the shaping of the apophatic and sometimes iconoclastic nature of Zen rhetoric. Furthermore, the Shan school was also influenced by Taoist philosophy, especially Neo-Taoist thought. A central part of Zen Buddhism is the practice of dhyana, spelled D-H-Y-A-N-A, or meditation, especially sitting meditation. So when you meditate, you sit, okay? The practice of Buddha meditation first entered China through the translations of Anshigao, I spell that, E-N, new word, S-H-I-G-A-O, 148 to 180 CE. Early meditation texts were mostly based on the Yogacara, which means yoga practice, or the Yogacara, okay? Y-O-G-A-C-A-R-A, that's a yoga practice. There are many Chinese meditation works which influenced the Zen practice well into the modern era. The 5 main types of meditation in the Dharana Sutras are mindfulness of breathing meditation, then mindfulness of the impurities of the body meditation, then meditation loving kindness, then the contemplation on the 12 links of Pratyasamutpada, and contemplation on the Buddha. According to the modern Shan master Sheng Yen, I spell that S-H-E-N-G and Yen, Y-E-N. These practices are termed the 5 methods for stilling or pacifying the mind and support the development of the stages of dharana, D-H-Y-A-N-A, dharana. Shan also shares the practice of the 4 foundations of mindfulness and the 3 gates of liberation, which are emptiness or sunyata, signlessness or animitta, and wishlessness or apranihita, with early Buddhism and classic Mahayana. A method called mind dharma, exemplified by the flower sermon, where the Sakyamuni Buddha holds up a flower silently and Mahakashyapa smiling as he understood. Shan points directly to the human mind to enable people to see their true nature and become Buddhas. 20% of Buddhist temples in Japan are Zen temples. The different forms of Zen Buddhist meditation can be seen in the paintings and in calligraphy and in tea ceremonies. A book by Alan Watts called The Way of Zen explains that the Zen state of mind is as simple as enjoying a cup of tea, or read a book, or listen to music. He says in his book, Alan Watts says, everyday events enjoyed, appreciated fully lead to this Zen state of mind. So simplify the day and enjoy something simple like a cup of tea, then you are in the right state of mind as a Zen practitioner. Okay? There is a sacred symbol in Zen Buddhism called Enso, E-N-S-O, meaning the circle of togetherness. This circle is traditionally drawn using only one brush stroke. It is a meditative practice, letting the mind go and the body to create that circle of togetherness. When you do this practice using a brush stroke painting that circle, it is often not completely closed, the circle. That is okay. It is your personal creation. That is what counts. And I actually painted that circle to show it here. Last night I did it. I used 2 brushes for my set of brushes to make the circle bigger. And I did it in one stroke as they wanted me to do it. I did it with watercolor in one stroke, and as you can see, it's not completely closed. But it says here that is okay, since it is a creation of your own doing, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a symbolizing togetherness, the circle of togetherness. Okay? In Zen, there is no cycle of death and rebirth to attain nirvana. Zen's goal is to find peace by enjoying a peaceful mind. So that was today on Zen Buddhism, and I hope that I made it clear that Zen Buddhism stands for a quiet mind, no rushing through the day, no stressful attitude, but having all the time a concentrated mind, a settled mind, an uncluttered desk, an organized day, so that you have time to truly enjoy every day, every minute of every day, and not being rushed into things and then getting maybe sick, because stress, we all know, is not very healthy for us. Okay? So I hope that was a little interesting and showing how the Zen philosophy works. Okay, so we are finished now on Buddhism, I think, and on Wednesday I like to introduce Zoroastrianism. It's not a well-known philosophy-religion. It's a very ancient religion. More I don't tell. I will tell on Wednesday. I personally think Zoroastrianism is very interesting. So Wednesday I will introduce Zoroaster and Zoroastrianism. I hope many will tune in and listen and learn about Zoroastrianism Wednesday. Okay? So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. I'm sorry that I did drink most of my juice already. I was thirsty because I had to delete twice the video because it wasn't going too well. So today, this one here is carrots, cucumber, and bell peppers, red bell peppers. It's very good. Let me take a sip. Very good. So, That was for today, Monday, the video, and on Wednesday, Zoroastrianism. I hope I make you kind of wanting to find out what Zoroastrianism is. Okay, so I see you on Wednesday. Have a beautiful day today, day tomorrow, and Wednesday I'm back. Goodbye.